In 1911, one of Steiner's most advanced students had been practicing for years. She felt ready for higher initiation. Then one night during meditation, she encountered something that made her scream so loudly, neighbors called the police. She had met what Steiner calls the guardian of the threshold, unprepared. What she saw in that mirror of absolute truth drove her to the edge of madness. When Steiner heard about this, he said, "This is why the guardian exists, to prevent the unprepared from entering spiritual worlds and being destroyed by their own shadow." Today, you learn to meet this guardian safely, because between you and higher consciousness stands everything you've refused to see about yourself. Welcome back, brave souls. For 12 days, you've been developing powers, but Steiner knew something most teachers won't tell you. Power without self-knowledge is spiritual suicide. That's why before you can cross into higher worlds, you must face the guardian, the cosmic force that shows you exactly who you really are, not who you pretend to be, not who you hope to be, who you really are. Here's what's terrifying and liberating. The guardian isn't some external demon or angel. Steiner revealed, this is from his 1913 lectures. The guardian of the threshold is the objective spiritual appearance of all the imperfections, weaknesses, and failures of your past. It is karma made visible. It is truth without mercy, and therefore the greatest teacher. But here's the twist. The guardian only appears terrifying if you're unprepared. Approach it correctly, and it becomes your liberator. Modern psychology talks about the shadow self, but Steiner went deeper. He said the shadow isn't just repressed psychology, it's the actual spiritual residue of every unconfessed lie, every act of cowardice, every moment of cruelty you've forgotten. And it stands at the threshold saying, you cannot enter the spiritual world wearing masks. Come naked or don't come at all. Friedrich Riddlemeyer documented his own encounter with the guardian under Steiner's guidance. It appeared first as a dark cloud, then took shape as a figure of such hideous aspect that I wanted to flee. But Steiner had prepared me. I stood my ground. And then the most extraordinary thing, as I accepted what I saw, it began to transform. The demon became a teacher. The monster became a guardian angel. This is the secret. The guardian appears terrible only to the extent that we refuse to own our shadow. Steiner distinguished between two guardians. The lesser guardian, your personal shadow, karma, and unconscious. The greater guardian, humanity's collective shadow you must face later. Today we prepare for the lesser guardian, because if you can't face your own darkness, you'll be destroyed by humanity's. Steiner gave explicit warnings about this practice. Some students experience overwhelming shame or guilt, forgotten memories surfacing, physical sensations of heaviness or nausea, the urge to stop all spiritual practice. But he also promised, those who meet the guardian with courage and honesty receive the greatest gift, freedom from the past and clear passage to the future. This isn't a practice to rush. Steiner recommended doing it only when you feel strong, grounded, and genuinely ready to see truth. We'll approach it in stages, with safety built in. Remember, the guardian appears terrifying only if you resist. Accept what you see, and it transforms. Ready to meet the truth of yourself? Take your position. Feel the strength you've built over 12 days. You're not the person who started this journey. You have tools now, power, wisdom. Begin with 7 breaths of courage. With each breath, call upon your highest self to stand with you. First breath, I am ready for truth. Second breath, I have the strength to see. Third breath, I welcome my shadow as teacher. Fourth breath, I stand in my spiritual authority. Fifth breath, I am protected by my sincere seeking. Sixth breath, I choose growth over comfort. Seventh breath, I approach the threshold. Now, in your inner vision, see yourself standing in a vast, dimly lit space. Before you is a doorway filled with swirling mist. This is the threshold to higher worlds. As you approach, a figure begins to form in the mist. Don't force its appearance. Let it emerge naturally. This is your lesser guardian, the truth keeper of your soul. At first, you might see only shadows, feel only presence. That's perfect. The guardian reveals itself gradually. Now, with great courage, speak inwardly. Guardian of the threshold, I am ready to see what I have refused to see. Show me my truth with mercy. Watch what emerges. It might be a figure, a scene from your past, a quality you've denied, a fear you've hidden. Whatever appears, do not turn away. Remember Steiner's key instruction: the guardian feeds on resistance. The more you reject what you see, the more terrible it becomes. But accept it and watch what happens. Whatever you're seeing or feeling, try this. Say inwardly, I see you. You are part of me. I have created you through my actions and inactions. I own you. Notice, does the image shift? Does the feeling change? The guardian begins to transform when truly acknowledged. Now the deeper practice. Ask the guardian, what have you come to teach me? What must I understand before I can pass? Listen not with your mind, but with your whole being. The guardian's message often comes as a feeling, a knowing, a sudden understanding. You might hear, "You cannot enter carrying lies," or "Your pride blinds you to truth," or "Your fear of being seen keeps you from seeing." Whatever comes, receive it as medicine. Now, Steiner's transformation key. Say to the guardian, "I thank you for holding my shadow until I was strong enough to reclaim it. I integrate your teaching. I am ready to transform." Watch carefully. The terrifying guardian should begin to change. The monster becomes a teacher. The demon becomes a guide. This is the alchemy of acceptance. Some see the guardian transform into light. Others see it become a wise old figure. Some simply feel a weight lifting, a doorway opening. When the transformation feels complete, bow to your guardian. It has served you by showing you yourself. It has prepared you for truth. Now see beyond the guardian, the doorway clearing. You're not crossing yet. That comes later. But you can see through what lies beyond. Light, worlds, beings. Take a moment to appreciate. You faced what most humans spend lifetimes avoiding. You've looked at your shadow and remained standing. Take 3 breaths to return, bringing back the guardian's teaching. Breathing in courage and honesty. Breathing in integration and understanding. Breathing in readiness for truth. When ready, open your eyes. How do you feel? Shaken, relieved, stronger? All are appropriate. You've just done what heroes in myths have always done: faced the dragon and lived. Steiner taught that meeting the guardian isn't a one-time event. As you grow, you'll meet it again at deeper levels. Each meeting reveals more truth, requires more courage, offers more freedom. Here's what Steiner revealed to advanced students. When enough individuals face their lesser guardian, it weakens humanity's collective shadow. Every person who owns their darkness prevents that darkness from poisoning the collective. You're not just healing yourself, you're helping heal the world. I'll leave you with what that student who screamed later wrote after properly meeting her guardian. "I understand now why I screamed. I was seeing my truth while clinging to my lies. The guardian appeared as a monster because I was fighting to remain small. When I finally said yes to all of myself, shadow and light, the guardian smiled and stepped aside. Behind it was a door marked with my true name." Today, you've begun learning your true name. Place your hand on your heart. Feel your wholeness, shadow and light, weakness and strength, all of you, integrated, acknowledged, transforming. This is the gift of the guardian, not perfection, but completion. You are ready for greater thresholds. Tomorrow, day 14, the two-petaled lotus, activating the brow chakra Steiner's way. The practice that opens what others call the third eye, but with precision and safety the ancients demanded. But today you've earned the right to rest in your courage. You've faced the unfaceable and remained whole. The guardian now knows you by name, and more importantly, so do you. Until tomorrow, shadow integrators, may your darkness teach and your light lead.